Welcome to this channel. My name is Omolade Adeyemi. I remain your fashion teacher, the CEO of Blouse Design. In today's training, we are going to teach you how to sew dart manipulation blouse. This is the blouse. Look at the front part. This is the dart we are going to do. I've fixed in the sleeve. This is the back. So that is how it's going to go. And the chapters of this training is going to be how to take your blouse measurements, how to draft your blouse, how to cut your pattern, how to cut it on fabric, and how to sew it on machine. Those are the chapters of this training. And if you're new to this channel, you need to subscribe to this channel, like, drop your comments, ask your questions, stay tuned. The style I'm going to use for the dart manipulation, because I need to sew a style for you to see. The style I'm going to sew is going to be the mid. For the front is going to be the mid neck. And there's another kind of dart that I've not shown you. The dart is something. I've forgotten. The name is like EF. Is EF dart. It's called the EF dart. But the real full meaning of that EF dart is what I don't understand. But I know it's EF dart. That kind of dart is always at the corner of the zip side. At this side of the zip is always like this. It's from here to the nipple point. So it's always like this. It's always like that. So it's called the EF dart. EF dart. When I get the full meaning of this, I will let you know. So that's the kind of dart. That's the only kind of dart I think I remember that I want to show to you. So, like I said, the dart I'm going to do, the kind of dart I'm going to do is the mid neck, is the mid shoulder dart. Is the mid shoulder dart. So let's go. I tried to draft two front patterns together to get the style I'm going to do now. So the style is going to go like this. It's going to be a mid shoulder dart, and like I said, it's going to be it's going to be on one side. That kind of dart is going to be on one side of the part of your body. It's not going to be on the two sides. So it's going to be on one side of your body. So this is how it's going to be. So let's go. Let's say this is the mid. This is the mid. But before we go on with that, this I need to replace this place back. I need to replace this back. So by replacing it back, I need to paper tape it down. I'm going to paper tape it down. I'm going to paper tape it down. Since we are not doing side dart, sorry, neither are we doing anything called underbust contouring. So we are going to paper tape it down. After shifting your armhole, you paper tape it down like this. And I'll do the same thing on the other side also. We have the mid shoulder dart here already. So I want to retrace it out so you can see what we are talking about. This is it. And let me trace out the midpoint so that you know this. We have two pieces here. We have two patterns here. So this is the style I want to do. So look closely. I'm going to come here come in here by 1 inch from the neck, from the neckline. From the neckline, I'm going to come in by 1 inch. Then is a style I'm trying to achieve. So you're going to come from this point. You're going to come from this point to, you're going to come to the neck, to the, sorry, to the shoulder to nipple on the other side here. You're going to come to the other side like this. It's going to be like this. Then the second one is going to be from here to this point. I hope you understand that. Is that you use the straight part? Maybe we should use the straight part so that we won't have issues with our darts. But I think it's okay like that. This is the curvy part. So this is the kind of dart I'm going to create. 1 inch distance from the neckline. After creating your neckline, the wideness and the length of your neckline, so you go in here from there, 1 inch in. Then we already have the mid shoulder constructed already. Remember, this is not part of it. This is part of the work we've done previously. I only try to use the same pattern. This is not part of it. This is not part of it. This is also not part of it. So this is what we are going to do. After that, since I said it's going to be a mid shoulder dart, it means I'm going to erase this dart and I'm going to take in this one also. So this is how it's going to work. So I'm going to remove the paper tape I used in taping it down. You know, while I was illustrating the previous time I had to cut it off. So now I need to cut it off for real. I need to cut these two darts off. It's just to give that part a shape. It's just to give that part a shape. That's not the real dart we are talking about. So the next thing is you just match the 2 points together. So I'm going to match the 2 points together. We have this shape, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I need to chop off the dots. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Hold on, please hold on. In case you don't know, we have an online fashion institute. We are going to teach you full pattern drafting training. We are going to take you from the scratch, how to use your machine, to the climax. You're going to be the best designers in town. For more information, visit our website on www.larichedesigns.com. So you can see what it's trying to give us. It's trying to give us like a breast shape. So after that, we are going to cut. I'm going to cut off the armhole. But before I cut off the armhole, before I cut the armhole out, I need to know the shoulder seam that we have here, I need to make sure it corresponds with the one at the back. So let me measure it once again, because we mustn't have a different shoulder seam. Here we have 4.6 here. Okay, this is our new shoulder seam. So we must make sure what our shoulder seam here is also. We must make sure our shoulder seam at the back also is also 4.6. So our 4.6, then we shape the neckline. So that's the main reason why we advise we use pencil, because of things like this. It's not really a mistake. It's not a mistake at all. So you erase this. So now let's cut the armhole first before we continue with the shaping. So this is the armhole. This is the original armhole. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to do the same thing to this side also. So after that, then we can now cut the shoulder seam. And I'll cut the neckline also. So now let's cut. So watch me closely. I'm going to cut the mid one first. You cut it to that point exactly. So this is it. Then cut the other one. You cut it to that nipple point exactly. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place a paper under it. So you're going to place a paper under it. That was why I did not throw away some pieces here. So by that, you're going to use your paper tape and hold the one you want to use in joining, the one under and the main pattern. You're going to use the paper tape to hold it together. So note, paper tape is part of our tool. It's part of what we use. Make sure you're able to see what is going on under. I mean the initial drafting. So make sure you're seeing it clearly. So the next thing I want to do now is to trace out the line. I want to trace the line out so that we can see what is going on. You know there is a shape here already, so we need to bring it out. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing here. Because the paper tape has already covered up the shape, so that was why you see me drawing it out. You've drawn the line now, so let's try and shape out the excess paper we have around it. So now we have this. So the next thing we are going to do now is we draw this line like this. You remember what I told you is you draw this line, and this also, you join this line out also. You join it together, you join each point together. So we have this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the measurement here, whatsoever I have here, from this point to this point, I have 2.5. When I divide 2.5 into 2, what will that give me? To give me 1.25, which is the midpoint of this dot. So I mark 1.25 and divide this part into 2. Then I'll take it up by 1/2 inch to create the dots like this. Like this. So that is one. So the next one, we have 2 inches. So I'm going to mark the mid, which is 1 inch, and divide it into 2. And go up by 1/2 inch to create my dots like this. Like this. So that is all about the front dots, the style I'm going to do for the front. So the next thing is to cut it out. Before I cut it out, let me create the dart for the back. So the back, what I'm going to do for the back is the mid neck or the center front neck. It depends on what you call it. The center front neck and the EF dart is is the shape I want for the back. You can also apply the same shape you have here for the back. You can also apply the same thing, but let's maintain the EF and the mid or the center front neck. So this is it. I'm going to shape it like this. And this part is going to be, I'm not going to cut this one the same way I did this. The reason why is I want to show you 2 different ways you can achieve the same thing you want to achieve. Like almost the same thing you want to achieve. So this is another kind of. So I'm going to cut off this part. You know, this is the zip shaping. I'm going to cut it off. I'll throw this off. Then I'll remove this back and paper tape it back. Hope you still understand what we are doing. Remember, this is the back we are doing. So you cut off the darts. Then we comb it back the same way we did for the front, like this. So remember, we're going to remove this. Not relevant anymore. So before that, we can also cut this point out. But before we cut it out, you notice that this part is the zip side. So most of the time, I always write zip at that part. So then I can now cut. Remember to note it down that this is the upper part that goes to the neck, and this is the down part that goes to the waist. So the next thing is to paper tape this down back. So I need to chop off this little paper still. Paper tape. So I've chopped it off. So the next thing is to cut out our waist and the armhole, then the shoulder seam. That ends the back. So I'm going to note it. So I note this as the center back, and this is the side back. So I'll set this aside. Then the last thing I'm going to do is to cut out the excess part we have at the front. So remember not to chop off anything from the shoulder. This is the shoulder, so that you won't mistakenly cut off anything from this point. So that is all about our dart manipulation. This is the style I'm going to bring out. So wait and see my style. Thanks for watching this video, and we appreciate you for watching every of our videos. If you're new to this channel, please, we need you to subscribe, like, drop your comment, ask your question, which is very important. And we're going to do a giveaway at every point of achievement. So please do well to keep watching our videos. Thanks for watching. Do well to subscribe. Bye.